welcome back to day two. I'm Brandon Ribic. I'm the technology director at America Makes, and I'm joined today with Paul Bates from the ASTM Center of Excellence. Good to see you, sir. How have you been?
I've been very good, thank you.
Good. Yeah, it's great to have you here today. And you know, there's so much going on at the show. I mean, have you seen anything here in the last day and a half or so that's kind of spoken to you or stood out?
Well, I think the thing that sticks out for me is it's the continued movement as people are moving toward production.
Yeah.
They're attempting to do, there's so many questions on what do I need to do? How do I get to that point? I mean, we've been hearing that for a while now, but it seems to be even more so.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great point. And I mean, there's so many different considerations from the standpoint of the facility and the process and continuing to keep an eye on operations and then all the downstream activity that directly impacts certification, right?
Sure.
Are there things there that specifically that you think are kind of, you know, a highlight for you?
Well, I think it's that continuation. Hearing the questions of what does it take to get to a part that can be qualified?
Yeah.
What do I need to do? And luckily, working at the Center of Excellence, and we can have direction for them and give them some guidance on that, and certainly steer them toward our community for standards and give them that information, which is a great starting point.
Yeah.
But the movement toward production is interesting. It's a lot of fun.
It's a journey, to say the least. You know, I mean, speaking of a journey, I mean, the ASTM Center of Excellence, I think there's been a ton of great work going on there, not just in addressing the need for underpinning understanding to assist the evolution of standards, support standards development. There's also, it seems to be a lot going on in education and workforce development as well. So maybe tell us a little bit about that. Things are going on at the COE right now.
Well, when you start thinking of standards, you start thinking of using the technology, the gap for skills and the gap for training and education is really there, and it's growing. So to address that, we've got several programs we've put together to help support that. Whether it's just simple webinars to introduce people to the concepts, and it's not concepts of 3D printing or additive manufacturing. It's concepts of downstream process. It's data management.
Right.
It's really much more than simply pushing a button and getting a print from your machine, and then moving that toward a general certification course. So it's real expansive across the whole established additive manufacturing workflow. It covers all the pieces, so you can really build that foundation of a successful implementation.
Yeah, wow, that's, it's really a great point. And, I mean, I think it goes to show, there's so many different considerations there. In terms of kind of the future of things, I mean, are there any things that you're hearing here at the show or that you're getting involved with or seeing, kind of in the midterm?
Well, I think the continued advancement of technology is always exciting. And you see new players and new people offering up their version of printing all the time, which is always exciting. From my aspect with America Make, I mean, with our relationship with America Makes, we're doing a lot of movement into addressing the actual workforce in targeted role-based type of training.
Right.
One of the things I take pride in is the safety component to it. There's a real desire to run a safer process within your organization. As you move to production, it's now something that's watched for is safety as you're running that equipment, and providing a safety manager's role-based training, something I'm very excited about. But also quality management and design are role-based trainings that were put together as well, which we're very proud of and have been launched and are quite successful.
Yeah, no, that's great. And as kind of you're talking about those things and thinking about operations and how data is really a core element of the utility of additive, right? Whether it's trying to understand quality or just be successful in daily operations. Something that we collaborated together on recently is looking at cybersecurity training for folks. And,
right.
And I think that's really the need there and the understanding is growing and evolving. So I mean, are there some things there that you're seeing that you've experienced in the last year or so that?
Well, first, I learned a lot. I'll be very honest. Cybersecurity was something that I felt I had a grasp on. I did not. And as we developed the training, we realized that it's not just this is how to set up a firewall and you're safe. Because there's much more challenges than that. And finding and discovering the different pathways and different areas of security that may be a weakness within your organization was so important. And that training really gives a great exposure to that. And it's really a twofold exposure, because you've got management, right? And management has to understand there's a risk for security, and they got to write a check to fix those risks or patch those holes. But then the operations people that are going to do that work need that deeper dive. I don't just need to know about it. Where exactly do I need to focus my efforts on to really build up a safe data management tool for my organization?
Yeah, and then I mean, are there opportunities that you're offering folks who may have an interest in learning more about cybersecurity? Is that a continuing offering that's going on now with the CLE?
It is. We developed that training obviously with our relationship with American Makes, but developing is one thing. You got to deliver it.
Right.
You got to provide that, and we're actually scheduling some deliveries for that. I don't have dates today, but I encourage you to reach out and look for those dates. They're coming soon.
Yeah. No, I think that's great. I mean, I think folks are always interested. What more can I be doing? How do I learn about more?
Right.
So that's wonderful. Well, Paul, it's great to see you. I'm so glad we got the chance to catch up today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your time here at the show.
It's great catching up all the time and seeing you and seeing so many people. It's a great opportunity. The show is always fun, and like I always say, let's have fun doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks.
All right.